Hello, I'm Marcus V. Calvert, and welcome to Tales Unlimited. Today's Batchery prompt is number 92. You and your pals do a home invasion on a Native American casino owner. Things get bloody. Next thing you know, you're being picked off by a bounty hunter with shamanic roots who tracks sins like a bloodhound. Okay. Um, you're a heist crew. Four of you. You've been doing jobs since you got out of prison, where you met, and you put your expertise together. You put your heads together, and you basically cross train, and you become better crooks. And you do jobs that you find on your own, or sometimes someone brings a job to you. And there's this guy who wants to basically kill a casino owner and make it look like a home invasion. It's a murder. It's a hit. But he's like, okay, kill him. Here's a combination to his safe. Here are his alarm codes. Whatever's there is yours. That's your fee. Just one thing. If you find any files, destroy them. Period. Deal? Okay, deal. So you figure, okay, someone's being blackmailed, wants this guy dead, wants to make it like, okay, fine. So you go at it like pros. I mean, you steal two cars, put one within a mile of the site, the other one you drive up in, and you get past the alarms, you go in, you kill him, you kill his wife, you kill his kid, you kill the help, and you crack his safe. And as promised, there was a ton of money in there. We're talking like $4 million. Also, blackmail files, jewels, drugs, land deeds, stuff like that. You take it all, throw it in a car, roll off. I mean, this place is like so far away, no one would have heard any of the gunshots, anything like that. Nobody was around. They don't even find the scene for 3 days. You're 3 days gone, and you did this across state lines, so you're like 3 states over 3 days later when this all happens. You think, ha ha ha. And you reluctantly burn the files. You don't look at them, but you burn the files anyway. And you burn everything but the money. Of course, you have it cleaned, and like you're in the process of doing all of this when you get a call from a client who's like, "Well done, that masterfully done. Thank you very much." It's really a shame. I mean, I just want to make sure that it was, you did your part. Thank you very much. And it's weird to get the call like that. And it's like, guys, split off, go fishing, but rattle off a call every day. Let me know you're all right. But something's fishy about this. Split off now. Don't go home. And I mean, like two of them have families. Like, don't go home. So they see the seriousness in your voice, so they scatter. And day one, everyone's alive. Day two, one guy doesn't call back. Day three, two guys don't call back. Day four, one guy doesn't call. It's just you. Um, okay. So you find a remote, out of the way motel. You park your newly stolen car there. You basically light up a room. You unpack. You make it look like, okay, you're gonna just be there. And you wait for nightfall. You slip out, and you have like an AR-15. There's some trees. You chill out. You wait. Um, about midnight, this van rolls up. These three guys get out. They're all Native American. It's like, oh, what is this about? And they creep up to the door. They all have like Kevlar guns. They look like muscle, maybe for the guy who ran that guy who owned the house. But at the same time, they kind of look like bounty hunters. I mean, you've seen your share. And one of them is quietly picking a lock. Other guy's on his phone. And you're just about to pick them off when you feel a double-barrel shotgun pressed up against the back of your head. Drop it, son. You're the one I want. Excuse me? You're the guy in charge, right? The head cheese, the guy who planned that bloodbath at my brother-in-law's house? Shouldn't have done that, boy. Killed my sister. Killed my nephew. Of course I was going to find you. Your sins stink to high heaven. My sins? And that's the last thing you hear before he was like, you know what? I was going to bring you back alive, but you know what? F that. Boom. And you realize that last moment, this guy is for real. He actually tracked you by your sins. What? But that's basically what this guy does. So, how would you tell this story? Would you tell it from the perspective of the bounty hunter, which would be fun? How does he track sins? Um, or the perspective of maybe one of these guys gets away. He figures it out. He figures how they're finding him, so he has to live like a holy man in spite of himself, ignoring all of his flaws. Like this is a guy who had a violent temper, or he doing bad things to people, hurting them and stuff like that. Now he has to be good. If he commits one sin, this guy will find him anywhere in the world. It's like a red flare going up in the air, going, ha ha ha, kill me. How would you tell the tale? All right, I'll stop there. I'm Marcus V. Calvert. This is Tales Unlimited. Please check out talesunlimited.net. That's where the podcast and the book links are. Now, what are the podcasts? The Batchery Daily Prompt, Disturbing Thought of the Day, they're dailies. And what are the links? Well, these links will take you to Amazon, where there are books. What are these series about? Well, there's the Batchery series, 200 writing prompts, a little wisdom on how to write that novel, that first novel that might take you years too many to write because you don't have a system. Well, Batchery has a system, and I learned it the hard way. But basically, if you go through the system, you will have books to write, a chance to start your own business, build a brand, build that fan base while you're working on the first novel. And there's idea fuel for storytellers of any stripes, because these are 200 unusual prompts like this one. And we're talking like game designers, comic book writers, evil GMs, short story writers, screenwriters, novelists who've written a ton of books. Take an idea, run off with it, see where it takes you. I recommend. Then there are 2 series that are about anthologies. Think New School Twilight Zone. 25 stories are in each book. Themes are unheroics about unlikely heroes saving the day. Something like, what if there was a coup in hell? And the people responsible, well, I guess you could say the souls responsible, just got tired of hell being such a rotten neighborhood. And they actually changed the landscape. They actually changed the afterlife to the point where heaven is kicking back with heavy artillery waiting for doomsday. The question is, will it happen? Because, well, the people running hell now aren't that bad. And it takes a soldier who dies on the battlefield to figure this out. A bit long, but fascinating. And then Book of Schemes. Diabolical, twisted, funny, weird schemes, but that's all it's about, schemes. Something like this guy, the story's called Suicide Mission. This guy goes off to fight against the Russians in some future war, near future war, gets caught, POW, and he comes back and finds that his wife did something absolutely unforgivable. And he wants to kill her so badly that he goes through this twisted, crazy, convoluted scheme to not kill her. And since he just won't just kill himself, he has to basically get himself killed. And his scheme gets him to death row, where someone offers him a suicide mission and a chance at a pardon. And he's just like, because he's crazy. Oh, God, he's crazy. And then novel series. Think Sin City with superpowers. It's called I, Villain. And in I, Villain is a story about Benjamin Clyde, gentleman fixer, dude in a suit. The type of guy who has hundreds of mercenaries. Scruples, not really. He takes pride in his work. He's a professional, but he's a scumbag. And if you need someone saved, killed, made a senator, framed for war crimes, he's your guy. You need a government toppled, he's your guy, because he has supervillains on his payroll. And then one night he has to fire everybody, give up his business, and fight crime personally. And no one thinks he'll last a week, but here's the thing. He has a Black Ops past and superpowers he told no one about. So now he has to step out of retirement and fight crime. And then he not only fights crime, but every so often he saves the world. And when he does so, he realizes there's a market here, because there aren't enough superheroes in the world. What if someone was to kill the worst villains and take their stuff? And he starts a new business, calls it I, Villain, and that's what happens. Just check it out. All right, I'm Marcus V. Calvert. This is Tales Unlimited. I'll see you tomorrow.